I apologize for the format in this, but it's going to be in keeping with some other stuff that I'm going to put in this video, so it'll all be the same format. So anyway, more UPS shenanigans. I was out of town last night over at the neighboring town, and I got a notification that said a UPS package that I've been waiting on for a few days was delivered. Now, I clicked in the delivery notification, and the photograph that was in there is so out of focus and nasty you can't see anything in the photograph. But the notification said it was delivered as in the photograph. Now, I have combed the photograph and I cannot find a package anywhere in the photograph, but like I said, the photo is so poor I couldn't find, I might not be able to find it, because I don't think the package would have been that big. But anyway, I went and looked around where they took the photograph at. Package nowhere to be seen. And I'll throw the photograph that they sent me in right now. And this is a photograph that I took from roughly the same area that the UPS delivery person would have taken it from. Now, I went around and searched the entire area. That first photograph is a photograph of the back of my pickup truck. And so I assumed that they left it at the pickup truck, even though for some reason you can't see it anywhere. Now, this is a company that I order from a lot, and their packaging is fairly distinctive most of the time, so it probably would have been visible in the photograph. Anyway, and as you can see, it's not. Now, I made several searches around the area. This is about where the delivery driver took the photo from. And they took a picture of the truck in the center, so I'm assuming they are trying to make me believe they left the item at the truck. Which it is nowhere to be seen. You'd think it would show up on this big pink blanket. It's not. It's not inside the truck. It's not laying here in the yard anywhere. Not beside the driveway. On either side. I've looked all over the yard. It's nowhere to be found. I looked in the back of the truck. I looked in the seats of the truck. I looked in the grass around the truck. I looked in the grass all down the edges of the driveway. I looked in the grass in the edge of the other edge of the driveway, where they were the opposite side of they took the photo from. No package. So I went to UPS. Now, our UPS doesn't have like a customer service desk anymore, but there's still a hub where they had the delivery trucks. So I went in there and I asked if I could talk to a human, or if there was a way I could talk to a human. And I talked to a lady named Kelly, and she looked up the package, and I showed her the picture. I said, "Can you tell me where my package is in this photo?" And she goes, "No, I can't, but I see a dog." Okay, that wasn't the question I asked, but the notification I got says the package was delivered as in the photograph. I can't find it in the photograph. I can't find it anywhere around the truck. So she sends a text to her driver. She got the phone. She got the picture of the driver's picture that was on the notification, and a picture that I took of the same location. And she sent those both to the driver, and basically said, "Hey, do you remember delivering this package?" Now, basically, the driver called right back and said, yes, he did remember delivering the package. And then she put him on the speaker, which was probably a mistake on her part, because the guy said, I'm pulling over a second, because the guy said, first, I put it on the tailgate of the truck. My truck doesn't have a tailgate. Then he said, well, I just put it on the back of the truck. And he goes, and there were dogs, so I was running away, so I threw it at the truck. And I go, you threw it? And he goes, no, I laid it on the back of the truck. And then Kelly, she hung up with him and said basically the same thing. And then she said the magic words. I should put in a claim with UPS, but it's basically my word against his. Now, she can't find the package in the photograph. I can't find the package in the photograph. The package is not in the photograph. But it's my word against his. I'm going to have to put in a claim to UPS, and I need to call the company and see if they will reship my items. Anyhow, I'll be home in just a minute, and he said it's in the back of the truck because he put it in the back of the truck. After he said he put it on the tailgate of a truck that has no tailgate. Now, be right back. Because I'm just pulling into my drive in about 2 minutes. All right, here we are at the back of my truck. He said he left it on the back of the truck. Not here. Not in the truck. Now what I'm looking for here is a fairly medium-sized brown envelope. Did he stick it under? No, he couldn't have stuck it under because he said he was running from the dogs. My terrifying dogs. Not in here. There is a tree branch in the back of my truck though. Nowhere in the back of the truck. Is it? Nowhere on the ground around the truck. Is it? Nowhere. Nowhere along the driveway. Is it? Nowhere in the yard. Nowhere. Wasn't in the mailbox when I checked. Nowhere. Alright, I gotta go back to town. So we'll continue this. Over the last few years, there have been many UPS hijinks. And you've seen a few of them, because I showed you. There was one time last winter, this previous winter, where they didn't deliver a package for 5 or 6 days. Well, multiple days. I don't remember 5 or 6. But anyway, for multiple days because the road was inclement. They couldn't get to my house. Now, on that video, I did a video going, why won't UPS deliver my stuff? And I drove the entire route from my house to the UPS center and showed you that the roads are not bad. Were not bad. But they couldn't deliver my package for 5 days. They would say out for delivery. And then it would go, delivery rescheduled for tomorrow. Road inclement weather. So that went on for days. And miraculously, I got my package like a day or so after making that video. But anyway, it showed up then. Now, it's been a couple of years. But I bought 4 brand new Xbox controllers. And UPS was nice enough to leave them in my driveway while I was gone on vacation, which that's not their fault. What they did do, though, is they dropped them off in my driveway where they could be seen from the road, and it rained for all 4 days. It was raining when they dropped them off. So I've got electronics laying in my driveway in a cardboard box, getting rained on for multiple days. Now, when I went there and said, what's the deal with this? They basically told me the same thing. Well, we didn't know you weren't home. Did you know it was raining? Because it was raining when you dropped them off. And why didn't you put them in a plastic bag or something? And they didn't. They had no reason for that. And it was basically as I had the box. It was so bad when I picked up the box off the ground, the bottom fell out of it. That's how wet the box was. Now, when I went out there that time, it was basically the same thing. Well, you know, it's not our fault. How's it not your fault? You delivered it. Another time, they delivered a package to the wrong address. And when I went in there to ask them about that, they looked it up. They called the driver. The driver said, yeah, I remember delivering that package. I delivered it here. which is not my address. In fact, he delivered it 15 miles away up in the other end of the county from where I live. And they told me, well, we'll give you the address. You can go pick it up. I'm not going to somebody's house and telling them to give me my package. It's your job. Go get the package. And they pretty much refused to do it until I told them, listen, I'm not going to get it, and you are going to go get it, or I'm going to have to talk to a regional manager or someone about this because you guys delivered it wrong. You know you delivered it wrong, but you refused to go back and pick it up after you delivered it wrong. It's just been time after time that. But, you know, even when now I'm not saying all of it's bad. A lot of deliveries are good, but we've got stuff coming to the house almost every single day. And the percentage is way too high of times that they don't deliver things right. I got home one day and there was a package in a plastic bag tied to the front of my mailbox on the road. And it was just hanging there where anybody, all they had to do was drive by and grab it off the front of the mailbox. It was a plastic bag, trash bag, so they could see what was in the bag, and they just tied it to my mailbox and left it hanging there. Another time, they were nice enough to put something in a plastic bag because it was raining. This is the time when they actually came all the way into the yard, came all the way down by the house, and hung this plastic bag with my package in it because it was raining when they delivered it. They kind of took the corner of the bag and shoved it in between the corner of the gate and the fence on my fence that's around the front of the house for the dogs, and which is all well and good, except the problem is the bag was open, hanging open on top. One corner had fastened to the fence, the other one just had open like a big trash can. And by the time I got home from work, there was about 6.5 inches of water inside the plastic bag because they basically left a bucket for the rain to fall in. And it's just this stuff over and over and over again. So I guess I'll put in my claim with UPS and see where it goes from there. You know, the sad thing about this is I had ordered this item and some other things a few weeks ago, and when the package came in, it didn't have this one item in it. So I called the company that I ordered it from, and I said, hey, you're missing one item in here. And they were really nice. They sent me a new one right out. Bang, 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 bang. Bam, here it is. Don't know where it is. Don't know where it is. And the girl at UPS had audacity enough to say, it's your word against his, and you're going to have to you're going to have to put in a claim with UPS, and you should call the company and see if they'll reship your item. So basically, UPS bears no responsibility for the stuff they do. And she also gave me the sad song. Now, about, I don't know, a year and a half ago, they closed the customer service desk out front, and it's just a hub for drivers now, and packages get loaded on trucks. And she was nice enough to give me the song and dance. Says, well, you know, this center's getting completely closed in about a week. They're going to disperse all of us to other places. And do you think this might be the reason? Because y'all can't deliver packages? And yes, I understand a lot of your packages go where they're supposed to, but a lot don't go where they're supposed to too. And a lot of them are abused when they're delivered, and a lot of them don't get delivered properly, and a lot of your folks just don't seem to care that they're carrying other people's stuff around who paid to get the stuff delivered safely, and boom, it don't happen. I'll close for now. Hey, Pack, come here. This white and brown dog is the terrifying dog that was in the photo, supposedly.